Have a moment of silence for a troops on active duty. Thank you. Start with the council members introducing themselves, starting with my far right. Rich Markowski.
Henry Mark. Eric Carlson.
Mary Fortier.
Calvin Brown.
Snowboard Treestack.
Assistant Dawn Lavella.
And Mayor Ken Cockane. Councilwoman Zappa will be here a little bit late tonight. She's attending a grants workshop in Hartford regarding possible grants and preservation money that could be available on the Memorial Boulevard schools. She should be here shortly. Next, we're going to do presentation of youth recognition.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'm Catherine Casson, chairperson of the Bristol Youth Commission, and it's my honor this evening to help facilitate and celebrating the 22nd Annual Youth Recognition Awards. We're giving out 3 individual awards this evening, as well as 1 group award. The purpose of these awards are to recognize and encourage the many positive contributions that the young people are making to help their neighbors and communities, especially in this case, our city of Bristol. To be considered and nominated for these volunteer service awards, children or young adults needed to perform in 2 of the following areas: school, a nonprofit organization, or a service club. The award winners have contributed these volunteer hours between April of 2013 to March of 2014. The following individuals will be receiving tonight a very special proclamation from the mayor and the city: a Carabiner, which stands for Linking Up for a Better Community, a Volunteer Youth Medal Award. We also have 1 group award recipient that will be receiving a very special plaque. So without further ado, if I could invite the mayor and our council liaison, Councilman Brown, to come up. And Councilman Brown, if you wouldn't mind reading the proclamation that will be received this evening.
Whereas the future of our nation, state, and our community depends upon the energy, enthusiasm, and positive contributions made by our youth, and whereas it is the duty of all citizens to recognize and encourage youth volunteer service and to provide them with the right example and opportunities, and whereas these special contributions, which address some of the major challenges within our community, such as preventing violence or substance abuse, mentoring a younger child, helping a disabled neighbor, or fundraising for a charity to help the underprivileged or combat illness, are recognized tonight by the mayor and the Bristol Youth Commission's Annual Youth Service Recognition Award. And whereas the individual youth receiving these awards tonight have demonstrated outstanding volunteering efforts to unselfishly help others through the use of their own thoughtfulness, time, special talents, and skills, and dedication to the betterment of the community. And whereas these individuals, whose full membership are being recognized, have collectively and without compensation made significant and meaningful contributions that can be quantified by the number of activities and hours sewed and qualified by the effect on the people served. And now, therefore, the mayor and the city of Bristol take great pleasure in honoring these students to thank them for their dedication and compassionate efforts.
Our first recipient this evening is Skylar Wright. Skylar is an active member of the Bristol Central High School Interact Club and serves as club president. She is not only an officer in name, but also sets the agenda, runs the club meetings every week, and researches and arranges every project. Skylar has also volunteered with the Women's Auxiliary, where she helped out their Easter, Christmas, and gingerbread parties, supervising children with crafts, face painting, food, and activities. activities like reading stories aloud. In total, Skylar has contributed over 128 hours of volunteer service to the school system and Bristol community by helping to raise over $6,500 in donations for local charities. Congratulations, Skylar. Our next individual youth recipient will be Sarah Larson. Sarah holds the position of treasurer of the Bristol Central High School Interact Club. She has contributed very many hours of hard work. Sarah has recruited volunteers as well as volunteering herself at the Wilderness Education Day that the Kevin Estella Wilderness Foundation held at Indian Rock Preserve. She and other volunteers served as assistants for various demonstrations of wilderness survival skills and also painted faces and did other activities with the children there. Sarah also volunteers at St. Matthew's Church teaching religious education. She goes weekly to teach, manage a classroom, and interact with the young children. Sarah has volunteered over 160 hours of community service to the schools, our Bristol community, and organizations. She is a dedicated, responsible, and reliable volunteer and has proven to be a very valuable asset. Congratulations, Sarah. Our third individual recipient will be Makendra Mowad. Makendra is a youth ambassador who goes out into the community to perform acts of kindness, mostly for the needy and senior citizens. One event she hosted was a successful pet and rescue expo. She collected supplies, food, treats, medicine, and toys for local animal shelters. For animal abuse awareness, Makendra built a Desmond Garden of Hope for a dog who was abused. Our community has benefited from Makendra's efforts through the more than 80 hours of volunteer service she has contributed to our schools and organizations in Bristol. Congratulations, Makendra. Our final Youth Volunteer Award this evening is going to a group, the Human Services Club, which will be accepted on behalf of the principal, Scott Gaudette. This club was started a school-wide campaign, Stop Bullying Day. They also have volunteered each month to babysit during PTA meetings and started a campaign, Prevent the Unthinkable, in an effort to raise awareness about child abuse. They organized a drawing competition called Extraordinary Me in order to encourage elementary students to think about the ordinary but extra special things that they can do. The club also started the Heart of Gold acknowledgement system that recognizes kind acts performed by the Green Hills staff and students. The club members consist of Jessica Verbaum, Maya Hernandez, Betty Ann McMillan, Aaliyah McClellan, Aaliyah Morse, Isabella Ramos, Morgan Santos, Michaela Scannell, and Selena Thibodeau. So on behalf of the Bristol Youth Commission, we congratulate Human Services Club at Green Hill School. I'd like to thank our Director of Bristol Youth Services, Eileen McNulty, as well as her Senior Administrative Assistant, Jennifer Steele, for helping this evening with all our wonderful awards that is most duly deserved. And I want to thank the parents of our youth that are up here. I'm sure it was through their great role model and example that we have our youth here giving back to our community, which, as we all know, is very, very important, and to keep going with it. So on behalf of the Bristol Youth Commission and Bristol Youth Services, congratulations on your Youth Volunteer Awards.